So today I'm going to be doing a video on the Texas rig, and this is kind of what the finished product looks like. So what you're going to want to get to do this is you're going to want to buy some worm hooks. And here, these are super cheap. I know it's empty, but they're 1/0. That's pretty small. Honestly, for something maybe like a Senko, I'd go with the 2 or 3. You know, really, whatever you want, but a 1/0 just because I'm doing a lot of like creek fishing and stuff, so a lot of the fish are not super big, and I want to have the hook pretty close to the rear with still keeping some good action, so I don't just get pecks at the tail all day and they can't actually bite up to the hook point. But yeah, anyway, these are South Bend, or no, these are Ozark Trail. Super freaking cheap. I think they're 88 cents. You get 5, but you can also go with some other brands like Eagle Claw or Gamakatsu, or however you pronounce that other one. But yeah, and next, what you're gonna need also is a bullet weight. Looks just like that. It's kind of hard to show it on camera, but that's a bullet weight. You're gonna need one of those, unless you're gonna be using maybe something like a weighted Senko like this. See, this is salt impregnated. It gives it some good weight, so the action on the fall when you put it in the water, when it falls down to the bottom, it's gonna look better. You know, it's gonna kind of have a slow fall. Well, this is gonna kind of go straight down, sit on the bottom with the weight down here like this, and sit on the bottom and kind of do this as you work it along. And anyway, let's go ahead and get into how to actually do the rig, you know. So you're gonna see on the worm hook there's this little bend right here, and that bend is where you're gonna want to put the end so that it sits kind of flat on there and isn't all wonky looking. And what you're gonna do, like the main first step, is you're gonna take the tip of this and you're just gonna puncture it right there, feed it through. I usually go about that far. You can go farther if you want, but if this is shorter, I mean, you're gonna want to make that shorter, and if that's longer, you're gonna want to make that longer. But anyway, now you should have something that looks similar to this. And next, you're gonna want to take this, stick it through the belly of the worm. Make sure there's a bit of slack. So again, see how I'm pushing the worm up a bit, just so it has a bit of slack, because if you do it too tight, it's just, I don't know, it just doesn't look as good or whatever. But you're gonna put it in there, and now you're gonna kind of feed it up, and now you have an exposed hook point, and that works good and all. But if you really want to make it a weedless setup, ah, man, my worm came undone. Hold on, we're gonna clip the end of this here. Okay, so got the end clipped. So again, feed the end of the worm down onto the curve. Put a little tiny bit of slack in it here. I know that the filming kind of sucks, I'm sorry, but it's what I got. Feed that down in there. And now that's pretty much golden. It's kind of hard to see, but see how the hook point, if I press like that, it comes out. That's pretty much golden, because look, I can run my finger right across the top and I'm not getting hooked. But as soon as the fish comes on and grabs that and pulls it back, it's gonna expose that hook point just like that. But yeah, anyway, that's how you do the Texas rig. It's fairly basic. It works really well. Super easy. I mean, if you want to go out and catch fish, and you don't have, you know, a whole lot of skill with this whole bass fishing thing, because I knew there was a point where Hey, I didn't know how the Texas rig, I didn't even know the right kind of hooks to get until I looked up a video. So that's pretty much why I'm doing this. And hey, I would call this one of the best rigs out there. Let me know what you think. If there's any better ways to do it, I would love to know, because this is just the way I learned. Yeah, anyway, see you guys later.